it's a project that not for 35 years, but for some years now has been close to your heart, I know, and it's been a project, like so many films based in Britain, that's often, I imagine, seemed to you like it was never going to happen, or you hit another hurdle and you lose a piece of casting, or so on. Now the reality is here and it's actually happening. What's it like, that first moment when you turned over last week? What were your emotions?
You know, I wish I could tell you that it was the sweetest moment of my life when this film actually started filming. And friends keep asking me, how does it feel? And I dove into myself and I said, it doesn't feel like anything. I'm just doing another job. It was dreadfully disappointing. I thought I was going to be as excited as I was when the curtain goes up or when the curtain comes down. But actually, I confess, when I turned the corner from my caravan, dressed as Richard III, onto the first occasion, and I saw the train that had pulled Adolf Hitler around Nazi Germany, taken out of its shed and put on the tracks next to other huge, gigantic steam trains, all puffing smoke and steam. And in front of them there were 300 soldiers from the British Army dressed in the black uniforms of Richard III. And I saw Annette Bening pushing past 30 horses being led by their grooms and some Alsatians, and a crew of 50 people. And I knew there was going to be a free lunch coming from the caterers. And none of these people would have been there if I hadn't said to myself one day, wouldn't it be a good idea to film Richard III? And I felt very excited that I'd contributed to that.
And fast forwarding down the line then, for us, the beginning to the end when the film's all put together and up there on the screen, what do you hope audiences will get from it? What do you want to give them in this film?
I've spent most of my acting career in theatres and much of it doing old plays, not just Shakespeare, but my feeling is always the same. I love these great stories and the great way in which Shakespeare tells them. And I want as many people as possible to be put in touch with them, because the stories and characters he invented are as relevant to our lives 500 years later as they were to the audience who first saw them in the Globe Theatre in London. And here we are in the 20th century, and this is the medium of the 20th century, the movie, and through it you can reach audiences way beyond London, way beyond the United Kingdom, across the world. And I know from having toured the world in Shakespeare that many, many people are as in love with Shakespeare as I am. But beyond them, of course, there are many people who are frightened of Shakespeare, bored at the very sound of his name, terrified of him because they were so badly taught him at school, or utterly ignorant. And I want to say, don't be frightened. You're about to have a great treat, courtesy of Shakespeare. And it's on his behalf that I'm making the movie. And if an audience enjoys it, it will be Shakespeare they're enjoying, not Ian McKellen or Richard Loncraine or Maggie Smith or Annette Bening or Robert Downey. We are just at the service of this amazing spirit and this amazing storyteller who can spring off the page onto the cinema screen.